Hello and welcome, and thank you for being here and listening to this whole session that's happening at the moment. I'm really glad that you stayed after lunch and still you haven't slept. So now let's go and talk about the future of education. As you understood, I have extensive experience in training, technical training, product presentation, and talking in front of audience like this. But my main passion for the last 5 years is really teaching and education. And this is why I really contributed my time in understanding what is the meaning of education and how everyone can learn anything that he wants. So 5 years ago, when I started teaching kids around 5-6 years old, then I went on and started teaching kids from 1st grade, 6th grade, 10th grade, and up to 12th grade, 18 years old. I met 5 years ago one guy online on a TED Talk, and his name is Salman Khan. Salman Khan is the founder of Khan Academy. At that time, I really enjoyed the platform, and actually I'm part of the NGO that is translating Khan Academy in Bulgarian. But what he said in this talk is really meaningful for me, and this is that you really need to know one thing, and that you can learn anything. But is it really? Is it really that you can learn anything that you want? I have 3 stories from kids that I met during these 5 years. And first kid, his name is Emil, and they called him Emo the Explorer. Why they called him Emo the Explorer? Because he really enjoys going out in the wilderness, going around and just exploring all the stuff, going in different countries and understanding what is happening there. By the age of 10, he already watched all the movies of Indiana Jones, and he wanted to go into tombs and find skeletons or mummies and things like this. By the age of 18, he was constantly trying to find information about what is geography, what is history, and how they connect to each other. What is the Earth? Is it round or flat? Or how can we go around and things like this? But there was just a small thing that was happening there. And this small thing was their history and geography teachers. What he understood is that he cannot be explorer because this is not really a profession. So he went to archaeology. And his teachers, geography and history teachers, they tell him that he needs to learn anything from their textbooks by heart, even though he doesn't understand something, by heart in order to pass the exams and go and be an archaeologist. So it was really devastating for him. But he managed to do that, and then now he's studying archaeology. The next story is about Pavlina or Poli. Poli is a really good student in any single topic, except for one. That's maths. Why? Why maths? Because she really wanted to be a writer. Every single time that he has a free time, whatever it is, she was writing something. She was trying to make connection between words, between sentences, between phrases in order to create something really meaningful in writing. But he really didn't understand math, and she really didn't want to understand it that much because she didn't get the connection between maths and literature. Her teacher, maths teacher, is a really good person, and he wanted to challenge her and to give her something to think about. But he didn't get the tools, and he didn't understood why this math is not so interesting for her. It's interesting for him, right? So it should be there also. So she managed to excel in everything except for maths. She managed to pass through and go on, and now she's on her verge of becoming a literature giant, let's say like this. But still, there was something missing there. The third story is about Lubo. Lubo really wants to be a programmer, and I can understand him. Currently, I'm teaching IT and programming and software engineering in schools and in big companies. So I really understand his drive to create something. to make something out of nothing, just write some code, some length code to make something appear on the screen. From the first time he saw a computer, he wanted to understand how to devour it, how the different parts were working and how everything were getting together. But there was something there also. He's from a small city, and being from a small city, he doesn't have his own computer. So he couldn't take it away, take it apart and understand it. The only computer in this city was in the school's library. He can go there, and he can learn about programming, but the internet connection was really spotty and he couldn't get everything that he needed. He went to his IT teacher. His IT teacher was really good also, and he wanted to help him. He wanted to give him as much information as he can. But the issue was there that the IT teacher knew only one programming language, and this was Pascal. So Pascal is really good programming language for learning how to program in the beginning, for the first steps, but after that it's really not that helpful for anything else. So there was something missing here also. Now, what was missing in all these three stories are actually the 3 points of one triangle. And I really want to dive a little bit deeper into that. This triangle is actually not that much connected in the first place with education. It's more connected with public speech, and it's coming from the ancient Greeks. They're really good speakers, so we know that they managed to master that. And this triangle is showing 3 points that if you have, you can really achieve a lot better things in your life. And I want to translate this into education. I want to go into the 3 points and just understand what am I saying. So first is ethos. Yeah, first is ethos. It's Greek words. So ethos comes from authority, let's say like this. So if you want to learn something, and you don't have someone in front of you that can help you and can guide you through this process, it's really a lot harder for you to do. That doesn't mean that you cannot do it, but that means that you really need to be even harder at doing the things that you want to do. And going to Emma, he has great passion about geography and history. He was learning everything in the internet. He was trying to go around. He already visited a couple of countries outside Bulgaria, and he already wanted to understand a lot more. But his teachers were not the authority that he needed. They were just saying him, sit there, read your papers, and that's enough. You need to learn them by heart. So ethos was missing here. Then we go to pathos. So pathos is your emotional connection. Something that is really within your heart, and you can really connect your own experience with what you're currently learning. Connecting with your own experience, meaning that you can internalize the learning process a lot faster, and you can make the connections even simultaneously by the time that you're learning something. So here's Polly, and she was missing this for maths. And that's okay. The main point here is that if you want to learn something, try and find your own connections within what you want to learn and how you can connect it with your previous experience and everything that you have. So she was missing this pathos in maths. In literature, she was great, and she was doing everything there. But in maths, she was missing this part. Then we go to logos. Here are the hard facts. So here is all the information that you can find. Here is everything that you can gather and connect and get in front of you so you can start learning and devouring within your learning process. So here is Lubo, that he has a great teacher, a great authority in front of him, that he wants to learn to make him learn more, but they just didn't get enough information. They didn't get all the information that they needed. So these are 3 parts that you need to think about in terms of the current situation of education, and now following to the future of education. So let me go on a blank page here and start with what we have at the moment. in order to understand how we can make the future of education even better. What we have at the moment is a lot of logos, a lot of information. You have internet, you have a lot of good educational platforms that are there. These are just 4 of them. Khan Academy is here also. Coursera is one of the biggest websites for education, and 2 Bulgarian examples of Tuni and Kuchset that have a lot of information there. So you can just go inside and find whatever you want. But that's not enough. And even the internet is also there for you. You can find everything else there. Not only internet, you have books. You have huge library here. So you can go there, you can find a lot of information. The logos part is already present, and it will be even better and expanding even more in the future. It's not a problem to find information. And when we go 50 years ago, let's say, you can say that the teacher should be in front of the pupils and told them what he thinks and what information he has. Now that's not needed. It's already there, you can find it. What you need in order to make it even better is the next part. It's a flashy word, emotional intelligence. I'm not talking about just understanding your own emotions. Looking around you. Here you are around 200 people that want to learn something new. Look around and find the right person that also wants to learn the same thing. Only through connection and collaboration, you'll be able to achieve even more. So I really urge you in the coffee breaks or after these sessions and everything, just go and find the people that also want to learn the same thing with you. Not because they're taught so, but because they really understand it, they really like this stuff. By collaboration, you can make it a lot better. This is the collaboration side. Okay, so only by working together, you can do everything. You can really achieve. We are social beings and we really need to talk to each other. The information is there, it's on the internet, but we really need to connect to each other and to work in groups in order to achieve something. A lot of people are saying that the current way of teaching, one teacher in front of 20 or even more students, is not working. My saying to this is that it will really work if you manage to make the people collaborate with each other. If you make small groups inside the class and you give them specific tasks and do everything together, they will really be able to collaborate and to learn a lot more. So, where is the teacher? If the teacher is like this, and there are a lot of teachers like this, just writing on the green, black, or white wall, you will be constantly doing this all the time. Because this information is already present. You do not need someone to stay in front of you and just write you something on the wall. You can really find it. So, my point here is that the future of education are the teachers, and the teachers that can really inspire collaboration and finding the right information. So these are the 4 points that I want to show now. Think in terms not only for your teachers, but the people that you can find, and you can ask these 4 points of. Because even after you graduate from the university, you continue doing a lot of things, and you continue learning new stuff. In your workplace, in your free time, or whatever, you want to change the profession because this is not what you really enjoy, you want to enjoy something else. You constantly learn new things. You have the logos already there, it's everywhere in the internet. Just find the right people to collaborate so you can make it even better. And find the right person that can be an authority in front of you. So this authority can help you. What are the 4 points that you need to learn, to seek? And even to give if you feel like you are the right person that can be in front of others. First is inspiration. You need to really find a person that can inspire, that can give you the right mood in order to go and find your information, in order to collaborate with each other, in order to do even more. So the future in these people are the ones that can inspire, but not only inspire. Second part is support. What do I mean by support? There will always be some hard times. Some parts that you cannot understand in your learning process. It's not even only in the learning process. It's everywhere around you. When you try to internalize new information, there will always be some hard parts. And if you find a person that can support you through these hard times, just to give you the next step and to follow you through with the process of your hard time, it will be a lot better for you. But not in the hard times. The teacher actually is fostering collaboration. He's trying to make the connection between the students and trying to be the best one just to look and facilitate the work. Most of the times in my classroom, I'm not talking. I'm just asking my students to do something and to find their information, and whenever they need my help, they always count on me. And that's the most important part, and that's where the real learning process happens. And last but not least, this is appraisal. Whenever something is doing something really good, the right leader in front of the people is really saying that this guy is the best. See what he did? That's the best. I'm not doing anything, I'm just helping him, but he's the one who made the learning possible. So yeah, whenever you want to learn something new, the future is not in some high-tech platform that can do everything for you and you just log in and learn everything, like in the Matrix. The future is the right people next to you in order to help you and to be able to achieve a lot more in your learning. Thank you.